I have a question. Can the average Joe build a Burtz Model A engine? Can it be done? Well, join me as we tell Mathew Reikes' story of his Burtz Block build journey in his own words. Over the last couple of years, I've had two of my Model A's go down with failed batted bearings. They can last a long time, but nothing lasts forever. So that raised the question, what now? You see, I'm just an average Joe Model A guy with only a few years in this great hobby. I've learned a lot about basic repairs and what needs to be done to keep a Model A on the road, but I don't have a history of being a car guy. Never learned car guy stuff. Never was a mechanic or knowledgeable about such things before my first Model A. With two engines sitting on stands, I had some choices to make. Should I purchase a completely rebuilt engine from one of our amazing Model A vendors? Or maybe ship them somewhere to get new batted bearings poured, or to get bored and set up for insert bearings? But no, who wants to pack up an engine and try to ship it? And with those choices remains the reality that in the end, I'd have two nicely rebuilt 95-year-old engines. The only alternative that might provide the same results with a truly new engine was the Burtz Block. But, oh my goodness, Burtz Blocks are only for actual engine builders. Doesn't it require an expert and a full-blown engine shop to even consider it? And just look at all the additional modifications that need to be done, according to the internet experts. So much talk, and hand-wringing. Then website after website, page after page, opinion after opinion. It was overwhelming, paralyzing, beyond the means of an average Joe. Or was it? I noticed that the opinions to actual experience ratio was ridiculously high. So I decided to find out myself. In August of 23, I ordered a third-generation Burtz Block kit and downloaded the builder's guide from their website. I was determined to simply build this engine in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendations without second-guessing or making any modifications. Between you and me, that was an easy decision because I didn't know enough to have my own ideas anyway. My first observation was that the builder's guide is not an instruction manual. While packed with good, essential information, it is not an instruction manual on how to assemble the engine. It could easily be more user-friendly and better organized, but for whatever reason it isn't. My second observation was the dire warning in the guide that just because someone knows Model A engines, they shouldn't think they can build this one. It requires someone knowledgeable of modern engines. I took this warning to heart, and in my circle of Model A friends I have people very knowledgeable of Model A and modern engines, and I relied heavily on them for guidance through the entire project. I began by going through the guide and ordering everything needed, from pistons to valves, rings to seals, sealant and plugs. I went with the exact items recommended in the guide. I ordered the oil pump and the Burtz 6.5 head, the Burtz lightened flywheel, etc., etc. If there was a Burtz version or specific recommendation for any piece or part, that's what I went with. Unfortunately, there is no consolidated parts list in the guide. I had to go through every page and paragraph and make note of what was needed or recommended. After many UPS and FedEx deliveries, it was time to roll up sleeves and start working. We began the initial steps as described in the builder's guide of unboxing, cleaning, etc. I won't go into detail as you can obtain the guide from the Burtz website and see for yourself. But as often happens, life got in the way and time went by. Now it was January of 2025 and little progress had been made. This is where having knowledgeable friends is important. I needed guidance in even the basics of what pieces should be assembled first, and in what order the assembly should continue. In January of this year, my friends gathered and Crash started the project, installing the crankshaft and getting the ball rolling. After that, it went relatively quickly with an afternoon here and a day there, taking our time, because we didn't know enough to go quickly, and allowing for ordering additional missed or forgotten parts. By the end of March, assembly was complete. We put the engine on a test stand we built for this purpose and started it up. It started immediately, and we continued to run it off and on for a total of about 17 hours.
pressure. Watch your oil pressure. If there's no oil lubricating, it is flat.
Hold it upright so we can see it. 35.
Run out of gas. Yep. Don't make turn the gas on.
Nope. Somebody looked
Very
at the
good.
tank.
If you got everything right. You gotta let the carburetor fill up first. Go ahead. One more. Statue of Liberty. Well, you can just jump that up there. Well, too bad it won't
Well,
reach the horse.
let's bring that ladder out. We can put it on there.
Dropped a little bit.
Burning off oil with paint here or what? Alright.
I'll get the paint off and then all the oil off my hands. I'll be gone.
During that time, we encountered some oil seepage from the rear main and then the front seal. Installing a new front seal completely resolved that problem. In the rear, we removed the rear cap, made sure everything was clean and in position, applied some high-tack sealant, and put it all back together. That didn't completely stop the rear drip, but reduced it significantly. So, what did we do then? Why, we put it in my '29 Tudor and went for a drive. So what about the engine? Is it perfect, wonderful, magical? No, it's an engine. Let's have the correct expectation here. It's still a 40 horsepower plus whatever with a 6.5 head, 200 cubic inch workhorse, assembled by amateurs in some guy's home garage/shop in New Mexico. It's a Model A engine with an authentic, but minor, rear main drift. That said, I love it. It's smooth, powerful for a Model A, and there's something psychologically different driving a Model A with a truly brand new engine. A confidence that can't be duplicated otherwise. So did we build the engine, or did we assemble it? It's splitting hairs, but for other average Joes wondering if it's doable, it makes a difference. When I buy an IKEA furniture kit, I don't have to be a shelf builder. I assemble the pieces, and in the end, it's a shelf. Likewise, with the Burtz Block kit and parts, we didn't have to be engine builders. We assembled the pieces, and in the end, it was an engine. Would I do it again? Yes, and I already see a need for 2 more on my horizon. As is often the case, Model A projects don't happen in a vacuum. My friends and fellow Model Airs were also interested in this project and eager to help. So a big thank you to my 2 primary co-builders, my son David Reikes and our friend Vicky Gibbs, both of whom were present and elbow deep in tools and grease every step of the way. Additional invaluable assistance provided by other members of our Model A family, John Gibbs, Blaine Kukowski, Raymond Gobaldum, and Paul Kaleko. It couldn't have been done without you. Thanks for listening and hope you enjoyed my BurtzBlock journey. Sincerely, Mathew Reikes of the Southwest Model A's, Poco Quattros.